Live from Arkansas' streaming news leader, this is THV 11 Morning News at 7 on THV 11 Plus.
Good morning and thank you for being with us on THV 11 Plus. I'm Karen Fuller, Hayden Balgavy and Ashley Kane, both off today, so it's Tracy and me. Let's go to meteorologist Tracy Bean and get a first check of traffic and weather.
All right, I got it handled. We are talking a little traffic first. We are still seeing good conditions out there. Most of it is green, but we do have our usual slowdowns this morning as we are taking a look across the metro. Not a lot of activity, which is good news, but volume is beginning to pick up for sure. We are still watching again Interstate 30, normal slowdowns there around Alexander, and as you're making your way into that 430 interchange and slowing things down just a little bit, but overall not too bad this morning. At least we're moving, right? Here's a picture here of that area on Interstate 30 near Alexander. Still seeing a lot of traffic moving, but that volume certainly has increased as well. And the drive times this morning, again, Conway, Benton, Cabot, all green. That is good news. Now in Cabot, there was a little two-vehicle fender bender right there off the interstate on Highway 5 northbound. So that might be slowing folks down a little bit, but it looks like once you get on the interstate, things are rolling along nicely. So overall, not too bad this morning. Now let's go ahead and switch gears and we're going to talk a little bit about weather this morning. We are watching some activity begin to pick up in southeastern Arkansas and some cloud cover beginning to push into our central portion of the state, really the whole eastern side of the state. And this will continue to make its way from the east into central Arkansas. And we're not really looking at a lot of activity rain-wise off to the west of the metro. And a lot of that you just saw as well isn't quite hitting the ground just yet, but we are seeing that development heavy enough for that around the southeastern Arkansas. So take your rain boots with you, maybe an umbrella. We are going to continue to see a little rain as we're heading into the afternoon. We are watching again this portion of the state in northeastern Arkansas. Certainly need the rain. There's drought conditions over there that still need a lot of rain to help alleviate that. But again, really don't want to get it all at one time. But most of this rain is going to be today, the overnight hours, and then tomorrow. And hopefully by noon, 1 o'clock, we'll have it out of here. But just taking a look here at central and southern Arkansas as well, we could see some rainfall totals anywhere around half an inch to 1 inch, maybe even localized a little bit more. But overall today, we're just going to see cloudy skies and a little bit of those rain showers pushing in around 11 o'clock today. And they'll stick around on and off throughout the afternoon and the evening, looking for those highs in the mid to upper 70s.
All right, Tracy, thank you. Happening today, some big news, a new nonstop route to Phoenix. It's good news for travelers. It's a strategic win for Central Arkansas, boosting business, enhancing tourism, and we're going to tell you all about it because THV 11's Tamer Knight joins us live from Clinton National before the inaugural flight in about an hour. Tamer?
Well, good morning, Karen. That's right. Flight 4323 is the inaugural flight from Little Rock, Arkansas, headed towards Phoenix, Arizona, and it's a direct flight, no stops, no layovers, and it's the first of its kind from Clinton National Airport. Now, it's a good opportunity for vacation, but also it increases money and tourism for Central Arkansas. Now, Miss Gina Gimberling is going to join us, and she's going to talk about, because who doesn't like money and what tourism does for our city.
That's right, absolutely, and good morning. It's so excited to be here today in this new flight, and not only does it provide a benefit to our residents to be able to go on vacations and more access to the West, but also it's an increase of visitors to the destination. And of course, visitor increase and increase of tourism only just brings more economic impact to Little Rock.
And with that being said, how do you think tourism would increase with this new flight to the West?
You know, currently, based on our most recent visitor profile study, about 17% of our visitors to Little Rock do come in through Clinton Airport.
Alrighty, so there you have it. Now, there is a ceremony that's going to be taking place to announce the all-new flight to Phoenix, Arizona from Little Rock. So we'll wrap up here so that we can get started with that. We'll have remarks from Mayor Frank Scott Jr. and from the Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Jay Cheshire. But for right now, from Clinton National Airport, I'm Tamer Knight for THV 11 News.
All right, Tamer, we've enjoyed your coverage. Can't wait. We are counting down to flight time. Thank you. Developing this morning, 3 Pulaski County men face charges in the kidnapping of an 18-year-old at gunpoint, allegedly, and forcing him to play Russian roulette. Police say the man on your screen, Robert Ellard, along with brothers Charles and Jackson Homan, are now facing charges. Investigators say the teen drove to his girlfriend's house September 20th when Jackson Homan grabbed him by the neck, forcing him into a car. They say the men held the teen at gunpoint, threw his phone into a lake before stopping at a home in North Little Rock. There, according to the reports, the trio tied the young man to a chair in the basement, making him play Russian roulette with a gun. The man then threatened to kill him and his family if he didn't end the relationship and leave Little Rock. All three are charged with kidnapping, aggravated robbery, and terroristic threatening, and being held on $500,000 bonds. Updating a story from late last month, the case of a 2-year-old boy reportedly taken by his own aunt. Now, for the first time, the child's mother is speaking out and sharing her story exclusively with THV 11. Carter Thweet has more on how little Bryson was found safe and returned home.
When I called my Aunt Sharon, she had told me to call my sister and tell her to bring me my baby back.
It's a situation Cheyenne Hutchison of Jacksonville never thought she'd be in. Her 2-year-old son taken by Cheyenne's sister, who he was spending time with in England, Arkansas, according to Police Chief Richard Friend.
We realized very quickly that we didn't have the resources to look that she may be headed south and could be going out of state.
An Amber Alert went out Tuesday, September 23rd, as a statewide search got underway. Cheyenne says she felt helpless, wishing she could do more and questioning why.
Why would she do that? Like, what was the point in taking my son? You know, like, it was just a scary moment. Like, it's just something that you would never think that you would go through.
But once the Amber Alert went out, police were able to locate the vehicle and Bryson fairly quickly. And some collaboration with the Lone Star State ensured that he could come home safely.
They started pinging her phone just south of Hope. We knew at that point that she probably was headed to Texas by some other statement she had made. And when she crossed the Texas state line, officers from the North Texas Drug Interdiction Unit were able to locate her and return the child safely.
Chief Friend and another officer drove to Texas to get Bryson and bring him home. Cheyenne says when they reunited Wednesday morning, it drove her to tears.
It was just so nice to just have him in my presence, and because I haven't slept that much that night because he was gone.
For THV 11 News, I'm Carter Thweet.
24-year-old Tykeana Hutchinson is the suspect arrested in connection with Bryson's case. As of Friday, she was in custody at the Lonoke County Jail and has a court hearing scheduled for this morning in about an hour. Overnight, a Trump-appointed judge blocked President Trump's plan to send National Guard troops to Portland, Oregon. This comes as the White House tried to deploy California and Texas guards after the judge previously halted Oregon's guard. Portland's mayor and the governor of Oregon say the city is safe, while federal officials claim protests at ICE facilities have been violent. Similar clashes happened in Chicago, where 300 Illinois National Guard troops have been federalized, with more troops sent from Texas. The temporary block on the troops in Oregon is to expire October 19th. The federal government shutdown enters its 6th day with no end in sight, though today senators return to Washington to vote again on short-term funding bills. Top GOP and Democratic leaders blame one another for the stalemate. Republicans push to open the government as is, while Democrats are demanding protections for health care subsidies and Medicaid.
We're not saying that we won't negotiate it. We're saying turn the lights back on in Congress.
We've been trying for months and months to sit down with them and have a serious conversation addressing America's health care needs. And they've refused and refused and refused.
President Trump is doubling down on his threat to fire federal workers. The layoff decisions are at his discretion. A new CBS News poll shows many Americans are worried the shutdown could hurt the economy, and most disapprove of how leaders in Washington are handling it. Let's go back now to Tracy and check the roads and the weather this morning. You're doing it both.
Yeah, I just have to make sure I have the right clicker. Otherwise,
the clicker is the key.
And don't be surprised if I intermingle the two. That's probably going to happen.
Sure. Show us what you got.
All right, let's talk a little traffic, mainly. I'll probably throw a little weather in here too. We are seeing mostly green, of course, the normal slowdowns this morning, but luckily, as Ashley says, we're not seeing all those fall colors, which is nice this morning. People are moving right along, but normal slowdown again on Interstate 30 around Alexander, again, Bryant, Benton area, still seeing a little slowdown there, but at least it's moving and we're not seeing any accidents, and again, just a lot of volume. And if you are making your way in from North Little Rock, again, into the downtown area, seeing just a little bit of a slowdown there, but overall, it's not too bad. We are seeing a lot of volume, but just making their way into downtown Little Rock, but again, no accidents or injuries or anything bad this morning. That's good news. We're continuing to see it just flow smoothly. Conway, Benton, Cabot, all moving nicely, around 20 minutes, give or take, for all. And so make sure you are careful as you are headed in this morning. All right, let's switch gears and I'll grab the correct clicker and we will go to weather. We are seeing some development moving in from southeast and into eastern Arkansas, but as I was coming in this morning, it was sky clear and then all the clouds started to roll in as expected. We're going to continue to see those rain showers start to pick up here in central Arkansas here before long, probably late morning. This is live radar. A lot of that in the north isn't hitting the ground just yet, but down here in southern Arkansas, starting to see that development getting just a little bit heavier and just putting it in motion for you here a little bit. Still seeing all of that moving through around DeWitt area. Again, you're starting to get some of those rain showers if it'll load. There it goes. Again, going through Dumas and Star City and making its way probably to Stuttgart there, but it will begin to make its way here into central Arkansas as well a little bit later today. But for your commute this morning, I've just got cloudy skies for you and maybe a little sunshine and a pretty sunrise there. As we are looking at around 11 or noon, we'll start to see a few of those sprinkles pushing in and rumbles of thunder. And this is around 4 o'clock this afternoon. Again, most of that staying off to the east, and that heavier rain will continue to be around this Jonesboro and Memphis area. We're going to talk about how much rain we'll get here in central Arkansas as well coming up in a few minutes, but we're headed to break. Stay with us, THV 11 Morning News. Be right back.